Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Dave Wheeler!
It's like my 4th week here. I'm surprised they still allowed me to come here every weekend. So, the past couple acts that I've seen have been amazing, so I apologize for everybody that has actual talent that has to sit through these deal right here, but I'm going to start off with a little poem I wrote today. It was mowing the lawn, and after the whole royal wedding, after the weekend, my mind is just a bit of a blur for love. I want to find my Kate Middleton out there, so I'm going to mail her this poem that I wrote for her, so maybe she'll lose the 0 and get with a hero. There we go, here we go. New Kids on the Block had a bunch of hits. Chinese food makes me sick. You know what? I think it's fly when girls stop by for the summer. By the way, I signed these plates so you guys can enjoy some of these. You guys look like you want that. Enjoy that gem right there. When you take a sip, you buzz like a hornet. Billy Shakespeare wrote a whole bunch of sonnets. Call me Billy Whistle, because I can't speak baby. Something in your eyes drove me crazy. Shared all summer, then went back home. Did you know that Macaulay Culkin was in Home Alone? Ho-ho! Fell deep in love, but now we ain't speaking. Michael J. Fox was Alex B. Keaton. Summertime girls are the kind I like. The best line of this whole poem came to me this afternoon. Here we go. I'll steal your honey like I stole your bike. Woo! There you go. Played it up. So that was that poem right there. I'm working on part 2. All I got though was one line. Backstreet's back. All right. That's all I got. Enough poems. So Kate doesn't love that. I don't know what else I got going for me. So I came to a realization on Monday this week that you have 3 golden moments in your entire life. 3 golden moments where you almost go in your pants, if you will, if you know what I'm talking about. I hate to be that comedian that's talking about poop up here, but a lot of people in my family said give this a shot, so let's see what we can do. I'm going to tell you 2 stories. Here's a little game for the audience. 2 little shenanigans about to go down here. 2 stories. By the way, shenanigans is my favorite word, so shenanigans. Say it one more time. 2 stories I'm about to tell you. One of them fact, one of them fiction. You have to decide which one was the fact, where I almost pooped my pants, and 2 where I didn't. So here we go. Here's number 1. We're going to get in a DeLorean and go back about a year from now. Dave Wheeler was only 19, struggling radio DJ, trying to find a job. And my good friend Scott in Elmira gives me a call. Elmira, New York, about 3 hours away from here, because when you work in radio, when you're an on-air personality, you go where the job is. You don't just go, I'm going to go work in New York City. Let me just throw right down there. No. You work your way up from the bottom. You go all the way up to the top. So Elmira, my good friend Scott, gave me the opportunity to interview down there. So I was excited. It's a 3-hour drive. It's not a little stone's throw like Utica and Rome. No. It's a 3-hour quest on the thruway. So I left my house probably about 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, because the interview was around 9:30, 10 o'clock. I wanted to be there early. So when I get really nervous, I get really bad stomach pains. Everybody in my house has a unique thing. When they get nervous, my sister breaks out in hives like volcanoes, turns all red, turns all peachy. My mom starts telling stories that don't even make sense, so pretty much where I got that from, I think she's just crazy. She'll make stuff up. My dad just flips out on everybody. So me, I have the bad stomach ache problem. So I'm driving, doing the little dance in my car, getting all nervous. So I pull over, handle the situation, if you will, thinking, okay, let's continue on this quest. So I'm driving to get back in the car, and then I made the mistake of leaving civilization. If you go south of Syracuse, you hit nothing until you hit PA. There is nothing on the way down there. You'll hit a McDonald's, you'll hit a Dunkin' Donuts or something, but other than that, you get nothing. So I'm driving, thinking, where can I go next? Because I have a bad stomach pain, and I'm looking at my Google Map directions. It's telling me it's going to take 4 hours to get there. Google Maps always lies. It takes less than an hour than what they really tell you. So I had my little GPS on my phone, and it was telling me I had like about an hour and a half So I'm thinking, okay, an hour and a half, I can hold this together. I'll be in Elmira early enough. I'm sure they have a Walmart, a McDonald's, a Dunkin' Donuts. I'm making you feel wicked uncomfortable by staring at you still. But either way, I'm figuring there's a place for me to stop. So I'm sitting there. About 20 minutes passes. I'm like, there's no way this is going on. I have to stop at the next civilization I see. I looked at the farmer's market. The outlook did not look good. So I pull into this farmer market, and I walk up, and I see there's a sign that says bathroom out of service. So I'm like, oh. So I get back in the car, I'm driving, and now I'm hitting like a mountain. That was the last piece of semi-civilization that you hit all the way down to Elmira. There's a mountain. Big mountain, and I'm driving and I'm looking around the car, no napkins, no nothing, because I'm thinking, what the heck happens if you just got to pull over at some point? It's danger zone. It's thinking, okay, you're going to go to the job smelling like crap, or you're going to pull out and do some wood stuff like they used to do in Amishville. So I had that decision in my mind weighing me over. Then finally, just like the star that brought the three kings to Jesus, there was a gas station. And this gas station looked like a serial killer gas station. It had one of those signs. There was like one truck, a guy smoking a cigar staring at me. He must have known I was out of town. So I walk into this bathroom and I'm thinking this is about to happen, whether or not I want it to happen. So I go up to the counter, there's two old ladies who probably worked there since they were 3 years old, because I mean this is far south now in New York State. So I look at her and I go, please, 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 is there a bathroom here? She responds with this, I'm sorry, it's for employees only. I'm like, what? Employees only, sir. And I'll never be rude to somebody, but this is the one moment in my life where I was rude to someone I never met. I looked at her and I said, ma'am, I've been driving for 3 hours. Either I'm going to use this bathroom or I'm going to take a shit right on this floor. Your choice. She threw me the key, I go in the bathroom, job well done. I'm thinking, great. But of course there's a little cherry on this little story right here. As I'm sitting in there, looking at the bathroom door, there's a sign, warning, please remember to lock door due to raccoons. So I'm sitting there going, please, for the love of God, I didn't look before I sat down. It was in one of those dark rooms. It could have been covered in broken glass, and I still just sat down and went. Okay, so that's story number one. Remember that little gem. Let's get into quest number two. Quest number two. So a couple weeks ago I was here and I was telling you how my car has a lot of trouble because I ignored the check engine light, the service your engine light, the get the hell your car fixed light. So earlier this week, my Uncle Mark owns a little shop up in Camden. He's a mechanic. He owns one of those, you pick it, you pull it places, you buy parts for cars and stuff. So he calls me up on Monday in the middle of Tornado Alley we had up here in central New York. He tells me to go up there and go pick, I needed a new hood for my car, a new door. And this farm, this place he had it on, it's an old farm, a couple acres worth of crappy cars you go up and pick stuff from. So I'm walking, and where he has the Cavaliers and Chevy cars, he has it organized like a Monopoly map, I guess. In the front you had your Saturns, and then farther back you had your park places of cars. You had your Fords, your Mitsubishis. I think that's how you pronounce it, but it's okay. It's okay. So I'm in the back of this field, probably at least a mile and a half from the road. Nature calls. Dave ate some burritos for lunch at work. It was burrito day at Town Square Media, and I had to go. So I'm looking around thinking, there's no way I'm walking a mile and a half, it's going to start raining. So every woman who's looking at me thinking I'm a cute guy, you're not going to think I'm cute after this. I apologize. Here we go. Everybody look away if you're a female right now. Look away. Look at that wall. That lamp looks better than me right about now. So I have to make the decision. I have to go in this junkyard. It's going down in this junkyard. So there's a Saturn sitting right over there. There is a Saturn sitting right over there. I walk over. Let's just say that hood of the car got hit. On top of the hood of the car, it looks like Barbra Streisand and Renee Zellweger's face rolled into one. Renee Zellweger had a baby. She had it on the hood of this car because that's what it looked like. So, okay, it starts to rain. I'm thinking, literally the rain will wash this away. Get it? Wash the crap away. So I go on, carry on my business, and I go, I didn't find anything, it started pouring. And whenever I do anything wrong, no one in my family's like this except me. Whenever I do anything wrong, I always feel guilty. I always have a conscience. Even though we live with my dad's Satan, my mom's Mother Teresa, I don't know. That's not ego, but either way, I have a conscience. So all night, the image of me being in my uncle's backyard, just dropping it, was haunting me. So I figured I probably had to confess when he called me the next day. He calls me, I'm looking at the phone, shaking. Yeah? Hey, Dave, you have anything you have to tell me? No? Why? What's up? Oh, you wouldn't believe what Ray saw back there last night. What did Ray see back there last night? He thinks there's a bear back there. What? He said there was a bear back there. It looks like someone went on top of the hood of a car and it looks like a bear. You didn't see any bears back there last night? No, no bears here. So Dave just got off scot-free. Blamed it on the bear. So let's have a little test, shall we? Which story was fact? Which story was fiction? We'll do a little round of applause. I'll say story 1. How many people thought that was fact? Do a little round of applause. How about story number 2? Number 2. Look at that, great. I lied about number 2. How about that? Give it a round of applause for me being a liar. Woo! So now every single woman can look at me and be like, man, he didn't take a crap on it. He looks like a great guy to bring home to mom. So tonight I'm going to make a poll on Facebook about that story. And while you're on Facebook, realize this. Since we had all those storms here in central New York over the past week, whenever there's a storm on Facebook, meteorologists pop out of everybody. Everyone thinks they're a meteorologist with their status messages. Well, there's a storm over Oneida Lake. Oh, there's a tornado in Lake Delta. And where I was in my office during all these storms last week was in the middle of a bat cave. That's how I have my office at work. I have no windows. That's how much they value me. They put me in the worst corner of the building. And I'm just sitting there in the dark. I love it. So I didn't know there was tornadoes or anything going on. So everyone on Facebook was just updating their statuses. And then in the midst of Tornado Alley happening, one of my biggest pet peeves of Facebook went down the other day. Relationship statuses. I'm a fan of love. I love it. What I don't like about love in Facebook is when you say you're in a relationship / it's complicated. Why would you share that information with me? You want me to make a move on your girlfriend? Is that what you're trying for me to go at? Or, oh well, looks like John's not doing too good. Let's see what Katie's up to. But, so that's that, Facebook. And then in the midst of it too, number 2, my last little shenanigans here for the night. Games. Facebook games drive me more nuts. I've talked about it before.
Cityville.
So, Cityville, who said that? Yeah, what other games you play?
Farmville.
Look up Lucy Beretta - Wheeler later. My mom will love you. She needs like 6 more people to expand to level 7,000 on Farmville. That's all she does in her spare time. There's only been one Facebook game in the history of Facebook that I got sucked into, and never again will it happen. Farmtown. The original Farmville, before Farmville was cool. It's called Farmtown. I would wake up at like 5:30 in the morning. I gotta plant some grapes. Get on there, plant like a field of grapes. 8 o'clock at night at work. Take a break. Hold on, I gotta harvest these grapes. I got to the point where my whole day was around this stupid imaginary game with grapes, corn. You could buy like a wagon wheel and hang out in the background. And I knew one relationship I had at that time was in danger because she was obsessed with Farmtown. Whenever we were supposed to be watching movies or something, hold on. Hold on a minute. Get off me for a minute here. I gotta harvest. So there we go. Farmville, don't send me any Farmtown invitations. Have a good night. Thank you.